Today, I'm going to be testing Outdoor Boys' famous flatbread and honey butter. I'm Cayman. This is somewhat interesting. Let's jump right into the video. I was originally going to film this video outside and make a fire in the fire pit. However, there's currently a ban on all open campfires, so I'm going to be cooking the food on my new camp stove. If you haven't yet, make sure to go check out the video where I test it for the first time along with my new tent. Alright, the first ingredient is 2 cups of flour. I forgot to film me pouring it into the bowl. I tried scooping it up, but it didn't really work. So you'll just have to imagine me pouring it. The next ingredient is 1 tablespoon of baking powder. And a teaspoon of salt will finish off the dry ingredients. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video. I will be showing how to make camping cinnamon rolls with this same dough recipe. Quick reminder, as part of a summer special, I'm going to be having new videos out every week, all throughout June and July. There'll be a new video on this channel every Friday. So don't forget to subscribe so you'll be notified and you can come check out my adventures. Alright, let's get back to the video. Now on to the wet ingredients. 3/4 a cup of water and 2 tablespoons of oil. And now we mix. I might not have read the ingredients right and not put in enough water, so I'm going to add a little bit more and see if that turns it into more of a dough consistency. Alright, that's looking a little bit better. I really do not cook bread enough, so if you have any tips, make sure to leave them below in the comments. And leave a like if you're enjoying the video so far. Every time Luke makes flatbread, he never really measures out his ingredients, so you're able to do it without measuring if you've had enough experience and know how much is too much for certain ingredients. The next step is to roll the dough onto a floured surface and knead it until it is smooth. Flour on my hands. I'm gonna call that as good as I can get it. Now it is time to break off some pieces and try and cook them. Before I go and cook the flatbread, I'm going to show you how to make the honey butter really quickly because it is so simple and easy. So what you can do is take Tupperware. I prefer to use jars, but I couldn't find any lids, so this is what we're working with. And in it, you can put some butter, and then we can add some honey. And now we can microwave it. Hey look, it's me. Now that's out of the microwave, you can give it a little mix. Then you have some delicious honey butter that you can put on your bread. A good tip is if you have a jar of this in your pack, you can pull it out and warm it by the fire, so then you'll have fresh honey butter to go on anything you make when you're camping. Luke from Outdoor Boys will always do this, and he always says it's really delicious. Now I gotta go cook the flatbread. Alright, I'm going to be filming in my garage because it is extremely windy outside right now, but it should work out. I'm going to set up the camp stove now. I love this camp stove. It's super easy to set up, it's compact, light. The only problem I had with it was the angle when you turned it. I did see somebody's comment on the video that was about reviewing this, and they kind of pointed out a no-brainer that I didn't realize. Every time I was putting this lid on, I'd put it facing forward. So then when you poured anything out of it, I thought you had to go like this at a weird angle. When I realized you could have just turned it to the side so it's right here, and easily poured it like this. I don't remember who made the comment. I will throw it up on screen right now. Thanks to you. You get a little shout out. Yeah, I realized my mistake. It just makes my opinion of the stove even better because I no longer have the only problem I had with it before. We are actually not going to use the pot because we're just using the burner as a stove, so we're not going to need this stuff. Alright, I'm going to add a little oil to the pan. We're going to let this cook for about 2 to 3 minutes and then flip it over. Alright, it's getting close to being ready, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it off and get it onto a plate. Alright, I cut off a little piece here with my fork. I'm going to try it. It is really good. It tastes almost like a pancake. You know it tastes really good on it? That honey butter. Alright, this is what it looks like. It turned out pretty well. I burnt it on a couple spots. This is what the inside looks like. It looks and tastes a lot like a pancake. I warmed up the honey butter so it'll be nice and fresh. That tastes so good. I'm not sure I made it exactly how Outdoor Boys would, but it still turned out pretty delicious. It's still pretty dense, but it's a lot fluffier than I thought it would be, considering I didn't add yeast. Credit to Luke Nichols from the Outdoor Boys YouTube channel for inspiring the idea for this video. I have always wanted to try making his food because it always looks so good. His videos are actually what inspired me to start a YouTube channel, and it's what convinced my mom to let me do YouTube. So I owe all of my future success to him. So make sure to like and subscribe. Maybe one day I will get the chance to tell him my thanks in person. Or maybe not, but a guy can dream. Alright, I'm going to finish this, then we are going to move on to the cinnamon rolls. I forgot how to say cinnamon for a second. For the cinnamon rolls, first we're going to need our dough back. Alright, I have that right here. Next we're going to need some cinnamon, which I've got some right here, and some sugar, which I've got right here. I know it looks like a Nesquik container, but there's really sugar inside. It works as pretty good containers. Now we are going to roll out the dough into a long rectangle, put some butter on the inside, put on the cinnamon and the sugar, and then cut it up. Usually you would add brown sugar, but I looked and I couldn't find any, which is weird because I had thought we had some, but we're adapting. So what you can do is just do normal sugar and just add a little extra cinnamon. Alright, you want to have the thickness of the dough. Try and keep it as even as possible. And have it be around 1/4 of an inch thick. I'm just going to rub it all along here. You gotta pour all this out. Alright, I'm going to spread this out. If you're camping, you could just warm your butter up by the campfire. Alright, now that that's looking pretty good, we're going to do some cinnamon. If you've made it this far in the video and you've liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Maybe share the video with a friend. Drop down in the comments and tell me anything else that you think I should make. I would love to hear your guys' suggestions. Make sure to keep watching because after I put this in the oven, I will show you guys how to make a homemade icing recipe for your cinnamon rolls. Now we're going to put some sugar on. Looks pretty messy, but most things that are delicious are also messy. Now we are going to use this knife to safely and carefully cut it. YouTube, please don't strike me down for using a kitchen knife. If you don't know, that's what happened for one of my other videos that got taken down. So YouTube, please don't freak out. I have been taught how to use a knife correctly, so please don't strike this video down. I am holding my fingers like this, so when I am going like this, I am able to cut without clipping the end of my fingers. As I said before, I can't make a campfire, so what I'm going to do is take a cast iron and lightly oil it and put these in the oven. What you would typically do is you could still use a cast iron or cast iron skillet and cover the top and place it over hot coals to cook. But the oven should do the same thing. Alright, I'm going to throw these ones in the oven and see how they do. Alright, I just pulled them out of the oven. They're looking pretty good. So we're going to make some icing. 1 cup of powdered sugar. 2 tablespoons of some milk. A little bit of... Oh, I did too much. Let's see if I can pour it back in here. There we go. I was just going to say 1 cap, but it just overflowed a little, so I just poured the cap back. Don't need too much vanilla, because it's pretty strong. Alright, now we mix. And there you go. Have your icing. I'm going to pour it on to one of these cinnamon rolls, and we'll have to try it. Alright, here's what the cinnamon roll looks like on the bottom. This isn't burnt, this is just crispy sugar. You can eat it, it's really good. Just want to set it right here and pour some frosting on. There we go. And there is your cinnamon roll. Alright. This is going to be my little plate for now. You can see all the cinnamon layers in there. It's really delicious. I wasn't sure how the dough would turn out because it's flatbread dough, so it isn't very puffy. It wasn't layered with butter to make it flaky, but it turned out really well. Well, I'm gonna finish this cinnamon roll. Thanks for watching. I'm Cayman, and this is Somewhat Interesting. I'll see you guys at the next video.